Live from your living room, or car, or bedroom, or anywhere, I present to you TJTV. Like and subscribe below.
So, it's TJTV, the podcast, episode 1, T4,
Tom man,
J4,
James man,
TV4.
TV man.
Tom, show us your magic trick.
That last one was good. Magic trick.
Yeah.
It's a floating microphone.
That's impressive. I can't do that.
That all week.
Anything coming on mine? Oh, bottle. Oh no, that's yours.
You like fucking spaghetti fingers.
So, we said that episode 1 is going to be about, well, what everyone's talking about, really.
Lockdown.
X Factor. I like that. That was good.
Rachel Adedeji. We can ask her to come on.
That'd be good. Why not?
Yeah.
So,
Should
we're
get further
gonna...
on this than on the X Factor anyway.
So we're going to speak about lockdown, and obviously everyone's talking about it and it's everywhere. So we're going to speak about how it's impacted me and you, job-wise, and just in general, and obviously everyone else. And it's kind of a topic that we want to talk about, but we also want to get it out the way, if we're honest, aren't we? So where do we start? Where do we start with lockdown?
Oh, well, the fact that it was only meant to be 2 weeks, I think is a good start.
Yeah.
I remember the first press conference Boris did. This country is in a pandemic, and we must now be on a 2-week lockdown. Shut up, you chucky-looking twat. He does my fucking head in, honestly. Do you know, like, honest to God, he hasn't got a clue. He's an absolute clown. Whoever put him in charge, honestly, this country is fucked, mate.
Yeah. Well,
and I apologise for my language, Timothy, but, I'm quite passionate about...
it's not 9 o'clock, but it's past watershed, let's say, on YouTube.
Yeah, I suppose.
No Davina McCall telling us off not to swear, so...
You are live on Channel 4. Please do not swear.
You are live on TJTV.
Yeah.
So...
Well, yeah, anyway, I mean, it just riles me up. Yeah. It really does.
I mean...
Go on, Jay.
I remember,
like, froze then.
as like, same as you, I remember when they said 2 weeks, and I was thinking, 2 weeks, if everyone listens and does what they need to do, then we'll be fine. But
yeah.
It's obviously gone the complete opposite. No one's listened to what he said because no one knows what to do. I mean, I know everyone knows to stay in, but it's never going to be possible. Not everyone can stay in for mental health, exercise, whatever it is. He just wasn't clear with what he was saying, and our problem is, obviously, like everyone else's, is our jobs obviously got affected with lockdown. What's it done to your side of stuff, like lockdown?
I mean, as you know, obviously I oversee bar, and we had a coffee shop that was meant to open on Easter Monday, and things were going really well. With lockdown, obviously, day on operating, the hospitality industry itself was shut down pretty rapidly. So yeah, it's a bit crap because there's not much we can physically do. Obviously, we did like stuff like cocktail delivery service for the Buzz Deep Bar, which went really well. But then every Tom, Dick, and Harry jumped on cocktail delivery service. Yeah. I think every bar is practically doing it now.
Yeah.
And yeah, fair play to them. We're not exclusive to just doing it ourselves, but kept me busy for a little bit. But it's just boring, isn't it?
Yeah, I think.
It's like what week are we on now? Like,
what's this? I think. I've done 10 weeks of the workout. Well, I'm into the 11th week of the workout, and I started it when the schools got told that they weren't going in. Obviously with Everton, I was in lockdown technically about a week before everyone else because they shut earlier. So yeah, it's about the 12th week for me. Obviously, I've done the odd client here and there in the gym, but even the gym was on the verge of lockdown at this point. But as you said, like, I mean, one thing that me and you were speaking about the other day was you were saying even like followers on Instagram, like people don't think of that side, but it has an effect because you're not promoting anything really. I mean, I know you've done the cocktail, but you'd also made a different page for that, and obviously a page with no feed coming through. You're gonna unfollow, aren't you?
Yeah. I mean, I thought, let's do a separate page just specifically for the cocktails. And I made it, I created it, and I followed a few. And I just thought, why am I trying to build a whole new platform?
Yeah. When
I've got like X amount of followers on the main Instagram page. So I literally set it up and didn't use it because it was pointless.
Yeah.
You know, because that channel of people are coming through the main Instagram accounts anyway. But yes, when you say that, I just said, losing followers. I think we've lost a couple of hundred now.
Yeah.
And that's not because people don't like the bar or they don't like going. It's purely, as you said, the bars aren't open, so people don't really want to see stupid posts on the feed.
Yeah.
I can do posts on Instagram about, reminiscing, want to be back on the ball, bit this and that. But do people want to see that? It's just reminding them of what they can't have.
Exactly, that's it. And
so
I think like
on
my side, I've kind of been lucky because, well, in terms of social media anyway, because doing these obviously online workouts, my following's gone up, not much, but it's gone up because I'm updating something every day, whether it's me wearing a pink shirt or me doing some weird dance, or whether it's me just putting like a normal post up. I've kind of been lucky in that sense that I'm still like regular on Instagram. But yourself as a bar, as you said, there's only so much you can do when you aren't working.
Exactly, and it's just a shitty situation, really. As the whole hospitality's in the same boat, and restaurants as well. It's just the whole logistics of even thinking about reopening and how we're going to operate is just mind blowing. Yeah. All these regulations of there has to be X amount of meters apart. You can't sit on that chair. You have to sit on this chair in order for the next table to be able to sit down. Yeah. And for the government to even think that hospitality will survive doing that.
Yeah.
They're deluded, absolutely deluded, because we have to pay rent, rates, you have to get all your produce in, you have to pay your staff. The last thing you want to do is cut staff because then you are ruining the customer experience, and that's the last thing you want to do.
Yeah.
I don't really think they're looking as in depth into it as they probably should do. And again, that goes back to we went into lockdown too late, far too late.
Definitely.
And two, as you said earlier, the rules weren't very clear of what we can and what we can't really do.
Yeah.
Obviously, the heat wave hasn't helped because everyone's just like, you know what, I'm just going to go out anyway. I remember the first week riding down Otterspool on my daily ride and seeing two Karens drinking a bottle of wine. It's like, what are you doing, you absolute numpty? Like, they were like 50. Get inside. That's not exercise. You think,
I'm drinking a bottle of wine. Exercise for the bicep.
you better have spilled water all over my face.
Sure it wasn't mine.
But yeah, it's just like, it's stuff like that. It's like, what's wrong with this lockdown and this country?
Yeah.
People like Karens.
Ooh.
No offense to any Karens. I have an auntie called Karen and I love her very much. But,
I haven't got an auntie called Karen, so I'll stick up for you there. Like, we've seen, I mean, in some ways we have broke the rules because me and you have obviously been exercising, but like we haven't, this is going to sound really daft, but we haven't like high-fived each other or anything since
do you know what I mean?
Since like February.
We have literally been 2 meters apart
every time
we have met up,
like, even,
and it is for exercise.
Well, even today, like
drinking.
in the gym, like you're lifting fairly decent weights. Now my responsibility is to obviously stand there and spot you. And in my head, I'm going, I can't, because it's just we genuinely can't.
Interesting. I didn't even think about that, to be honest.
Yeah, honestly, there was stuff where I was like,
if I'm buckling like Buckaroo.
Exactly.
It's simple as, isn't it?
Well, when you told me as well, like, I was thinking about it, and then you told me the story about someone dropping one on their head, and I was like, this is going to happen here. This is going to happen. I was like, this is too good to be true here. And but like we've been exercising almost every day, whether it's a bike ride or back in the gym or whatever. But as you said, we've still stuck to the rules. Like, I know we're not in the same household, but we've stayed 2 meters apart. Said we haven't. There's been nothing where we've come in contact or anything like that.
No,
but it's like it's impossible to, like, I struggle even on my own to exercise, and I'm a PT. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to go on my bike for an hour unless I'm going to work and back, because I've got a goal, like an end goal. If I'm just cycling around Liverpool, I'm going to be so bored on my own. And as I said, that's kind of where, people have been breaking the rules, but if you're in twos and you're keeping social distancing, to me, that's fine. But then, as you said, there's people who are, I mean, the other day we went to the park. You're now allowed in sixes, and the park was absolutely shocker.
Yeah, it was
and it's just crazy. And we're kicking a footy about 30 yards away from each other to make sure we aren't even close to each other. Like, that's how just crazy this whole, like, the last few weeks have been for me anyway. But
it's bizarre, isn't it? And I think everyone has a different outlook on what lockdown is, and people are, well, lockdown doesn't apply to me. You only have to look at America. It's insane, Yeah.
I live in the free country, man, and I ain't doing no lockdown.
Sound crack on then, There's only so much you can physically do. What baffles me actually is the supermarkets. So this is mind blowing. So you queue outside. I go to Asda every Monday, do my weekly shop. I queue outside. The 2 meter gaps are there, so you stick your 2 meter gap. As soon as you get in that supermarket, it's like a free for all. You got Sandra ragging the grapes on aisle 2. You've got Teresa getting all the crisps in the trolley. But you're next to each other. It's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, Tweedledum and Tweedledee. It's weird. We're doing it outside, queuing, and then as soon as you get inside, you can do whatever you want.
Exactly, yeah.
Where is the logic in that? And that's from day one.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the Asda by ours, we were kind of lucky, because for a good few weeks, it was dead in there, and we loved it, because people were, like, we were going at a certain time, so we were going about 7 o'clock on a Saturday night, because everyone's watching telly and doing whatever they need to. But then we went on Saturday just gone, and mate, it was horrendous. Like, it was like a normal. It was like 2 o'clock, like 12 o'clock on a Saturday. It was just absolutely chocker. Like, and they've got like two people on tills. But
this is what I don't
still sending
understand.
about 90 people in at one time. It's no different. Get more people on tills.
And about 500 of the floor staff just stacking full shelves.
But what makes me laugh is they've got like 2 tills, and then they've got everyone queuing up in the aisles that people are shopping in. So people have to come past you to grab stuff, and you're like, what is going on here?
And again, I think that stems back to, it's not the normal thing to do. You didn't kind of know how to operate it, but come on, we're now, 11th, 12th week? You should know by now, or at least ironed out the creases on the best way to operate a supermarket. But making us queue outside 2 meters apart and then letting us do what the hell we want as soon as we get in that supermarket is totally contradicting what you were doing. Just sack off the queuing if that's the case. What's the point?
Exactly. It literally is pointless now. I want to speak like financially as well, because obviously I'm self-employed, and like I'm gonna I know people shouldn't really go into finances and it's personal and that, but like this has baffled me, and I know it's baffled you. So I got told that I'm not eligible for universal credit.
Yeah.
Because Lizzie gets paid too much when she most definitely doesn't.
Yeah.
And then I got told I wasn't eligible for the self-employed income scheme because the profits weren't right or something like that. So I was like, I obviously had to appeal that, and I was saying, but I wasn't self-employed at this point. Like, I spent building up to the business, do you know what I mean? I was paying out more and building up, ready to go self-employed. And then obviously Everton paid me, and at the end of this month that does finish, but that's been the only income that I've received in 3 months now. And I just want to touch on like what you think of like the whole finance thing, and you know, the furlough scheme. And I mean, obviously you're in a different area to me. Obviously, I won't furlough anyone, or I don't work with anyone who's furloughed, because everyone's self-employed that I work with. But I want to get your thoughts on the whole furlough scheme and the self-employed scheme. It's just,
I mean, your situation is really mad, and when it comes to stuff like that, I'm usually quite quizzed up and I can get my head around it. Remember when you told me on our bike ride that you were entitled to it, and I just couldn't make heads or tails from it. I really couldn't. In terms of furlough, for me, it's been absolutely perfectly fine. I'm very fortunate to have a boss who really looks after me, and I think without furlough, I'd probably still get a wage anyway from him. So I've not, even from day one, I haven't had to have that worry, because I've always had that support net of, well, I know I'm gonna get looked after, which is fantastic, and it's a great situation to be in. I haven't had to worry about, oh God, I've got rent to pay, I've got my car to pay, I've got this to pay. It's been relaxed. I think the furlough scheme for hospitality, and I will talk about hospitality because that's my background, the 80% of your salary up to 2,500. I can't fault it. I really can't. And I think it's fantastic that they've done that, and it's took a weight off a lot of people's shoulders, because you are getting that 80%. But then you've got the likes of yourself who are getting told you can't have this and you can't have that because your partner's making this money when she clearly isn't. Like, where are they pulling these figures from is what I want to know. I just think it's some fat bloke on a computer just going, computer, no, and sending emails like that. Do you know what I mean?
It's gotta be, because
it's not fair. It's really not. As I said, I'm very fortunate, and I haven't had to worry once, and it's great. But then the likes of you, is like my best mate, seeing you struggle it's hard to see, because it's not fair. Especially the effort you put in, and obviously your online workouts you're doing every day, giving back to the community, which is fantastic. And then you have the likes of Joe Wicks, for example, who I know you love.
I had to take down the frame photo of him before.
Little Tory rat.
It had a few darts in it.
Yeah.
I just missed the board, that's all.
He does interviews with the scum and stuff like that, and he gets all this publicity, and how much does he make? And I just don't get it. It's unfair. It really is. And I just don't know who is in charge of looking at that. Who's making these mad decisions? And where they're pulling the figures from is what I want to know.
I mean, the first real baffling thing for me, and I remember, similar to yourself, I remember the first press conference it was basically about the self-employed. And I remember he was like, there's going to be a self-employed income scheme. If you've gave your tax year, your tax forms in on time and everything like that, you're going to be okay. And I was like, brilliant. Yeah. And then he went, and it'll start on the 1st of June. And I was thinking, hold on a minute, right? So what am I going to do for 3 months? Why is it the 1st of June? Like, what, this was meant to be a 2-week thing, then a 4-week thing, and every 2 weeks they're going to review it. Why all of a sudden is it June? And then, obviously, as I said, I got a letter through the door on June the 1st, convenient, that I wasn't eligible for it again after my appeal. And I'm like, how? Do you know what I mean? Like, how am I not eligible? There's people out there who, like, don't even give in the tax form, or self-employed people who hide everything that they earn. And I'm as honest as can be, and I'm like, how? Why?
You get penalised for it.
It's just crazy.
It makes you think, doesn't it? Like, because you could have the mindset of like, all right, then, well, when this goes back to normal, I ain't gonna declare that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'm gonna cheat the system, and I know you're not like that.
Yeah.
That's not the type of person you are. But you look back at these moments and you're like, well, why not?
Exactly.
Because what did the government do for me back then?
Yeah.
Jack shit.
There was the Martin Lewis show, and they were speaking. I'm laughing already. They were speaking about the self-employed income scheme, and they got the fella who works for HMRC or whoever it is, and he was saying, like, we've had like 10,000 people today review them, and only one person hasn't been eligible. I was like, that's me. I'm the one. That is me.
The one person not eligible is James Harris, age 27, from Liverpool.
You'd have been like, yeah, so, yeah, there's no shock.
At the time, though, like, this was before I got told I wasn't eligible, and I was thinking, that's me.
Yeah,
It probably was me. Like, that's how
100%.
scary it is. Like, why me? What have I done?
It's bizarre, isn't it?
It is
Bizarre.
mad. When do you think you're going back then? Hospitality?
Well, honestly, I mean, we say hospitality. Hospitality is so broad, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, bars, clubs, restaurants, coffee shops, they all fit under umbrella. For the club, I can't see it being till October at least. I really can't.
Wow.
And one of the main reasons I do think October is because when they talked about the extending of the furlough scheme till October.
Oh, yeah.
For hospitality, you know, the 80%. So then you think, well, why are you doing that? You know, the only reason you must be doing that is because you have no intention of letting us reopen. And then again, if we were allowed to reopen, say next week, how are we going to operate that? You know, what rules are going to come in? We've got a ball pit, for Christ's sakes. Do we give everyone an inflatable rubber dinghy or something when they get in? You know what I mean? No splashing in the pool, please. It's just daft. I think bars and clubs, well, definitely clubs are going to be the last.
Yeah.
Coffee shops I can see quite soon, if I'm being honest, from all this takeaway stuff that's going on with everyone anyway.
Yeah.
I think you can do that 2 meter distance, and it probably just wouldn't be. You probably can't do table service to start off with. It's takeaways only, but you can now go into the shop if you keep that 2 meter distance. I mean, there's places like, for example, Sefton Park. I'll just use that as an example because I've been there a few times now. Getting the ice cream in the warm weather, you physically can go in the shop, but you have to keep that 2 meter distance. Yeah. And I just don't see why they can't say, right, all coffee shops and stuff like places like that can reopen.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's going to be different for all different aspects of the hospitality. I think coffee shops will be first, clubs definitely last, bars and restaurants smack bang in the middle.
Yeah.
Or again, it goes back to the question: how are we going to survive doing this? You can only say allowed 50 people in per square foot of your bar, and then you have to take in consideration. You know, my bar's a underground basement bar. You have to go down the stairs, then along a corridor, then into the bar. How many people are allowed in the corridor at one time? You know, they're going to have to do the 2 meter distance. How are we going to manage that? I just think we need more information and a strict guideline. None of this beating around the bush bullshit.
Yeah.
Straight to the point, what we are allowed to do and when we can do it.
Yeah.
Because it's just getting silly, isn't it?
Well, when do you think barbers will open? Because I'm looking more and more like John Lennon as the days go on. I badly need a haircut.
Well, lockdown made me dye my hair, do you know what I mean? So... look like, what was his name off the X Factor? Well,
Ridian.
Ridian.
Yeah. You look like Ridian. I look like Johnny Robertson.
My name is Ridian. I don't even think that was his accent, like, but
Ridian. I didn't think of that. I was thinking more Ollie Mayers, but Ridian. That's a good one. Yeah.
Barbers. I've heard rumours for 4th of July. I don't know how true that is.
Yeah.
But even then, they're going to be booked up until September 2028, aren't they? So, it's one of them. I don't know. I'm just going with the flow, I suppose.
Like, if I wasn't doing the online workouts, I'd have shaved all this off by now. But I'm too scared in case I never grow it back again.
Never grow it back.
And that's my fear. So I'm scared in case like I shave it off and end up like Alan Shearer or something.
Oh, you would look cool though.
Oh, jeez. I look like Harry Hill. Imagine I'd have to do my workouts in a big collar.
Oh my god! I mean, the shaving the hair is a funny one because everyone did it, didn't they? On like the first
week, and I probably should have done it then if I was going to commit to it.
I really was content. I mean, I shaved my beard off and instantly regretted it. But my hair, I was toying with it, and then I just ended up dyeing it, which looks alright, I suppose.
Yeah, no, you suit it. To be fair, you do suit it.
Yeah. But it's funny because all on my newsfeed was just baldy men.
Yeah.
There was bald nuggets everywhere. Just clogging up my newsfeed. Everyone's shaving their hair. And all my mates did.
Yeah, like I was so tempted. I mean, even Rob got a mohawk. I mean, do you know what I mean? For years, ever since I knew him, he said he was going to get it, and lockdown made him do it.
Brilliant.
So, and he was doing like tutorials on Twitter for the Kenny PE stuff with a mohawk. And it literally looked like. Do you ever watch Big Brother? Can you remember Pete with the Tourette's?
Yeah.
He looked like him.
Fucking wanker.
It's funny. He got with that Nikki girl, didn't he?
Yeah.
I need bottled water. That was a good series, though.
That was probably the best one, I think.
That's when Davina used to do it. Little hottie.
Davina, really?
Davina McCall, yeah.
Each to their own, Tom. I prefer Brian Darlin myself, but whatever floats your boat. The next thing that I was going to say is we should tell people of our lockdown tales. So what we've done in lockdown, because we've had some. We've nearly been attacked by geese. We've fell over. I'm sure we nearly fell into canals. We've had a flat tire. We've had to do a workout in some weird trail because
like Narnia, that way.
Oh, it was just crazy. You've done Willy Wonka.
I have done Willy Wonka.
One of his quotes, not actually Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
We've cycled through a pond, basically. I mean, it's literally about a toenail deep, but still we cycled through it. That was fun. So I want to tell people what our lockdown tales have been, because as you said, it's been about 10-11 weeks. We've seen each other almost every day, to be fair, and if not, we've certainly spoke every day, and we've certainly got a few things to tell. So let's go for it. Let's try and think of some that.
The geese, for me, honestly, they are the devil's bird, and I'll fight anyone who says any different. They are ruthless creatures, and living in Manchester last year made me realise how ruthless they are. And they're not that bad until they have the goslings. Oh, they are so protective. And I get it, it's fine, it's your little baba. But don't be hissing at me like a snake when I'm trying to casually ride my bike with a fellow companion down the canal. I'm petrified to go past them.
The first time was the worst for me. There was the other week where it took us about 4 or 5 minutes to get past them because they literally blocked our path.
Yeah.
But that first time when you said that's going to attack the other one, and then they came and tried to attack us, literally flew at us, and we screamed at 7 o'clock in the morning.
I'm genuinely scared of them. They scare me.
Honestly, I mean, that was our first bike ride along the canal. We were going, this is lovely. This is lovely. Next minute, the two of them just come flying at us. I mean, I've never heard screams like it.
At like 7 a.m.
Literally 7, right by the houses as well.
Yeah.
There's only a small part of the canal on the left-hand side that has a row of houses, and that was the one where we nearly got attacked.
You just don't care. You need to feel this.
Exactly,
you really are fearless, and it's the hiss that gets me. Like, whoa, why are you?
And they stare you in the eye.
Yeah,
literally stare. Like, I've got a video of you making the loudest noise, literally just trying to get them to move. Yeah. Oh, Tom, I've got a story to tell you.
Go on.
So, talking of the canal, what's my worst fear?
Rats.
Well, I'll get back to our story in a sec about the rat, but Rachel, I had her for a workout before, and she said, I need to tell you something. I was like, okay, go on. She said, I was walking through, down the canal with my boyfriend yesterday. She never said the boyfriend, she said Alan, but I'm just saying it for the story. But anyway, she was like... she said that there was, these people in, tents, fishing and that.
Yeah.
So I was like, me and Tom have seen them. And she said, and then, she heard this, rustling in the bushes. So she thought, right, just carry on walking. As she's walking, Alan touches her on the shoulder and goes, right, do not look to the side. So she's like, what? He's like, just go. Let's just carry on walking. Don't look. As they got about 30 yards in front, he went, there was a rat swimming in the canal, trying to get to the wall.
My God. See, that's what that time we seen it on the bike ride. That's must have where it come from.
Exactly.
Honestly, that rat, you was in front of me, and your back tire and my back tire was like that much away, and that rat ran in between that gap.
Literally.
And millisecond later, I am decapitating Ratatouille.
Part of me wishes you did,
weird.
but also part of me is kind of glad I didn't get to see it because I was in front.
That, you would have fell in the canal. 100%.
Oh, mate.
100%.
I screamed and cycled off and I didn't even see it.
They're massive. They're like cats. They're like the size of cats. They are really big. But that is interesting you said that, because I was thinking, has that come from the water?
Yeah.
I was like, no, surely not. But now you've said that.
Have.
Oh, must
he
have
said
100%.
It was just, you could just see its head swimming over to like the wall, ready to jump up. Now imagine me and you are cycling and I see a rat in the canal. Like, the minute that jumps out the canal, I'm jumping in.
Yeah, exactly.
And I've always thought, if I fall in the canal, is there going to be rats there? And now I suddenly think that there might be like a little rat party at the bottom, just like nibbling on cheese or whatever rats eat. They eat anything, don't they? Like, that was, like, that's my fear. And I reckon tonight I'm going to have a dream. Because I had a dream, remember the other day, about Joe Wicks going to 10 Downing Street after reading something. I know I'm going to have a dream about a rat in a canal tonight. I can sense it already. This is what lockdown's done. I've had the maddest dreams. Like, that's one thing, actually, that we haven't spoke about. People were saying in lockdown you're having mad dreams. And the first few weeks, I had some crazy ones.
Yeah. I think I did, but for the life of me, I'll be honest, I can't remember them.
I had a dream that a lad that we know, I won't say his name just because I haven't told him that I had this dream, but that he died of coronavirus. That was mine. Like, he literally...
That's a heavy dream.
Was in front of me, died, got put into a box, and then I never seen him again. And that was my dream.
That's a morbid dream.
I know. And I haven't seen this lad in years. Well, for a long time anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't know why it was him, of all people.
I hope he's alive.
So do I. I haven't seen him on anything for a while. So...
Swiftly moving on.
What other lockdown tales have we got? Obviously, we've said the geese. What else have we had? We've had some interesting times. I'm trying to think of some now, actually. Of course, your flat tyre.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
well, that was eventful, wasn't
what a morning. What a morning.
We were doing great time on the bikes.
Yeah.
Like, probably our best one to that date, wasn't it? Like, I was smashing it, and it was breezy, and it was nice.
Yeah.
And then pop goes the weasel. Yeah.
Finito.
Tyre flat kaput. Luckily, where the puncture happened, we was literally maybe a 5-minute walk to Aintree.
We went
where there's a Halfords.
Yeah.
But could you imagine if that happened like even halfway, or it's a big canal.
Exactly. Oh,
you know what I mean? It just goes on.
Yeah.
For anyone who doesn't know the canals, it's the Liverpool-Leeds Canal. That is the Liverpool to Leeds. So it's a big canal.
You're in the wrong job. No, that, like, we were very, very, very lucky there. Because as you said, I mean, we met up at what, 6:30, something like that, and quarter past 7, something like that, 20 past 7 is when it happened. We were absolutely smashing it. We were literally 5 minutes away from Aintree.
Yeah.
And then obviously we went on our friend Google, and it was like, 9 a.m. And we were like, right, what do we do? We're not walking home with a flat tyre.
Exactly.
And
bear in mind, you had to do a session.
The workout, and obviously, so we managed to find, not far, we carried on walking, didn't we, after Halfords, like, being the retail, we carried on walking 20 minutes or so to the route, and then we done a little workout in front of random people just going past.
That woman was loving it.
Yeah, I've never seen someone walk the dog so much in the same spot.
Exactly.
Just to see a baby or two.
It was my granddad dancing. She was waiting for.
That's it. Like, I was waiting for that, to be honest with you. I think the whole YouTube was waiting for that. But we've had some mad times. I'm trying to think of some, like, it's mad because we've probably got them on video and.
100%.
I just can't even think.
This will finish and we'll go, remember that time.
We will. I mean, Michael nearly fell in a pond, which was eventful. He got absolutely drenched because for some reason, instead of just going through it, he started cycling literally in the pond instead of just standing and going quick.
It's like when you tread in water. So it was like...
He was literally like drenched.
Yeah, he was so...
Trying to think that there's definitely more. We will end up thinking of some once obviously this is over. We obviously, I mean, this is episode 1. What do you think we can do for episode 2? We haven't even discussed this personally. I mean, we can maybe some topics that are of interest, and then maybe let people vote or something on Instagram.
I think a vote would be good. Obviously, this is the first one, and we wanted to talk about lockdown a bit just to kind of discuss it, because obviously it's massive, but obviously get it out the way, because it's not really an exciting topic, is it? You know, we've all been in it. We all know what it's about. Bob's your uncle and Fanny's your aunt type of thing. So, but it was obviously just getting TJTV started, something that we've wanted to do for a while, something we've talked about probably for 15 years about doing a little double act something. So, you know, this is great for me and you, because we just love chatting absolute waffles.
Well, this is like the mad thing. Like, lockdown's done this. Like, I've started, as I said, 18 months ago, I said I was going to start a PT podcast, and I never got round to it. Lockdown's made me, and then me and you have obviously been saying as you said, for about 10, 15 years, just saying how we want to do something together, you know, like some sort of show or whatever it is. And lockdown's made, I mean, it's good because lockdown's made me do the podcast, and the podcast made you come on the podcast, and then that podcast has made us start this. So
do this,
like, there is,
and genuinely that would not have happened
exactly
if we were in lockdown. Not a chance.
It's genuinely, like, it's been a horrible time, obviously, in the world, but it, without sounding bad, it's also had its benefits in some ways, because as I said, it's made us do things that we wouldn't be able to do.
Exactly.
And it's not like we're treating it as a holiday. Like, technically, this could be our next job. You never know. But like, you just never know. And I reckon the footy season starts in 2 weeks.
Yes.
I think that's going to be a very, very interesting one, because again, that can kind of coincide with lockdown in some ways, but obviously it's starting back up. You've got the whole behind closed doors and just all, you know, null and void the season, or no parade. You know, just the whole. It's been a mad couple of months for footy, and there's been no footy. So that'll be an interesting topic. What else could we speak about in the next few weeks of the podcast? Me and you are quite like random people, so something will pop in our head and we'll go, yep, that's it, right?
That's it.
8 o'clock, we'll speak about that for half an hour.
We should have a little think, and then just have a little fun interaction voting system on Instagram or something. Just, obviously, you know, we haven't got loads of followers, but we're not expecting hundreds of followers. I mean, the 13 people who follow us, thank you very much.
14 as of today,
14,
Tom.
Whoa, 14. I'm going with the whale. Even if Dale voted, that's you know, that's great. I want this to be quite interactive in terms of what we talk about, because I think it keeps it fun, it keeps it different and engaging. But I think football is a good one, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially with obviously the Bundesliga coming back, and watching that is really interesting, and the Premier League going to go down the same road, and I think it would be a good topic to talk about. But yeah, let's have a think of what other mad stuff we can talk about, because you said we're as random as they come.
Like, most definitely.
Like a packet of rounds, trees, randoms. You don't know what you're going to get. Oh no, it's more like a revel.
More like a revel, yeah.
Remember that advert? Orange.
Right, I reckon, before we finish, I think we need some sort of catchphrase or some sort of slogan.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've been thinking, but I've been thinking of some, so I can say some if you want.
Go on, go for it.
So, my first one, there's two of us, there's me, there's you, so there's to me to you. We could have that as a catchphrase.
That's the Chuckle Brothers.
Okay. We could have, because we're seeing each other and we're seeing other people, we could have nice to see you nice.
Come on, Jay.
No?
He's dead.
Oh, okay, I won't use that. I actually don't have a catchphrase then. They were the only two I come up with.
Those two catchphrases that have just been on telly.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
You never really hear of them anymore. One of them,
You don't really.
one of the brothers of the Chuckle Brothers is deceased.
Yeah.
Big Al Chimbrusi, he's deceased as well. So
What a guy he was, by the way.
I reckon someone's got to pass the torch on to TJTV.
TJTV, you're very nice. Subscribe and like. Get Borat on. Or Kermit the Frog or something.
Hello, people. It's TJTV. Please subscribe, like, and comment. Miss Piggy, don't hit me.
That should just be 30 minutes. We do 30 minutes of just you doing it. I'll just say someone and you've just got to do them for 30 minutes. That's TJTV.
This is your Prime Minister speaking from number 10. It is imperative that you like and subscribe.
I love that. That's probably one of your best ones, that.
That's good on that.
That's one of your best ones.
Might dress up as old BJ.
Who?
Or Boris Johnson, sorry.
Oh, right.
BJ's
Oh.
another 10 for something else, but...
Bon Jovi?
Yeah.
It's still, we're still before Watershed time. So, episode 2 we'll record probably in a week's time.
Yeah.
As I said, we're going to try and get people to comment and, you know, hopefully they enjoy this one first, but we're going to carry it on. Me and you have said that we're just going to carry it on. No reason not to. It's taking half an hour or so of our time. We're having a laugh. And yeah, we may as well see what the next topic brings us, because at the moment we have no clue. But that's a good thing, because as I said, we are the most randomest people.
We're just going with the flow, man. Keeping it real, dude. It's all about not making notes and doing all that improvisation. But I think talking on that, it's important. I don't want to come here with a book full of notes. I want it to be off the bat.
Same.
I want it to be genuine. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want it to be like, this is just like a conversation we'd have bloody riding down.
Exactly. That's it. And like,
we're different sitting here, letting our viewers listen.
But that's that. Do you know? But that's why we done the podcast, because we we were saying literally after every bike ride, we've literally spoke the whole way here without even realizing. Like it just flows naturally. Like, and as I said, like there's no pieces of paper here. There's no notes. Like we've literally just done this off the cuff because we are quite random and probably a bit strange in some ways, but
100%.
we want to be, don't we? Why not?
Yeah,
that's life.
Why not?
We want to be strange.
I want to be crazy, man. Look at me, I'm crazy.
That's gonna be the thumbnail for this.
I need to go to bed.
Right, shall we wrap it up, Tom? Our first ever episode. TJTV. Oh, and also, we want people to tell us what they think of the logo, because that is exactly how we imagined it, and we never even gave really an explanation. We said, we're going to do a podcast, just come up with a logo, and they came up with blue and red, TV with a podcast microphone, and spot on.
Blue and red, because that's the colour of Merseyside, you Mancunians. Do you know what I'm saying, brother?
And it's the colour of Manchester as well.
Oh yeah. So it is. We can edit that.
Right, Tom, we're going to wrap it up. Episode 1 is finito. I'll let you have the final say. 1, 2, 3.
I want some chicken.
Thank you for listening to TJTV. Don't forget, subscribe, like, and maybe even drop a comment. Thank you.